good morning, team. Today is October 4th. Today is Tuesday. Looking at the overall economical calendar, you can see we already had a Fed speaker at 7:15. We have job openings, some information coming out around 10 a.m. as well. Core capital goods, another Fed speaker at 11, and another one at 1. So just want to basically pay attention to overall what's going on with the calendar. Let's jump over to some stocks, keeping a short watch list today. As we predicted, a lot of these stocks were oversold, meaning that was more in favor for a possible bounce, especially after that steep drop on Friday. Looking at this Amazon over here, we're on Amazon on the 4 hour. You can see we basically been going sideways over here, equal amount of buyers and sellers, and the buyers started to win the war, right? MACD crossed up, started to uptrend. Today, you want to watch to see if Amazon gaps up towards that 121, looking for a break and hold above 119.70, and then we could start basically going to 121. 121 was a previous support level, so it could possibly act as resistance. If we break that level, we could possibly go to a 123. RSI does have the room for it over here, so definitely want to watch to see if that happens. If we do start to pull back, you kind of want to drop down towards the 20-day over here. 20-day, we are trying to hold above the SMA for the first time in a long time. So that is a key zone right here. This is a very important day for us to try to hold above the SMA around 117. The SMA is typically a divider. When we're below it, the stock is more in favor for bearishness. When we get above it, the stock is more in favor for bullishness. So definitely want to see what overall happens. It did get kind of overbought over here, so we may get some type of pullback at the bell. Want to see if that pullback basically sells off completely or we find some type of support. So let's see what happens. This is the 20-day 1 hour. So if we do get any type of pullback on Amazon, want to watch for the break of 117. Then we can start going to 115, maybe even 114 down here. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we break out, and let's see if we hold above that trade line over here. We had broken it before, and you can see how that happened. So let's see what happens if this time is any different and we start to hold above it. Next one we're going to talk about is Tesla. Tesla was probably one of the only stocks that was red yesterday. The delivery numbers weren't as good as expected, which was causing the overall sell-off on Tesla. You can see it has since bounced from that 241 20-day low, finding some type of support above the EMA line over here. So we want to see if we're going to break the 247 down towards 241 once more. 20-day is crossed over. It was oversold. So if we do get any type of long position, watch for the break of 252, and then we could start basically pushing up towards 256, which was a previous resistance before, and possibly higher up here. So let's see how Tesla acts. Jumping over towards the 180-day on Tesla, you can see 180-day is oversold, and we're right below that 180-day EMA line or trade line over here. So we want to watch to see if we basically start to break that in terms of bullishness, and then Tesla could possibly start gapping up, maybe even towards 265 if the market overall rallies today. If not, Tesla could possibly sell off. Watch for those key levels. Last but not least, we're going to talk about the SPY, keeping it a short watch list today. Looking at the SPY, let's jump over towards the 1 year 1 day. You can see the 1 year 1 day RSI had got blue, leading into this overall possible bounce that we're seeing right now, right? We have that EMA line or the trade line sitting around like 368. We're at 371, which is slightly above it. Sometimes we do get above it, but we want to see if this level is going to hold, and then we get a MACD crossover, because then we could have some bullishness, and we may have a nice little bull run, depending on how the market feels, up towards that SMA over here at 414. So remember this video, just in case this MACD does cross over, we could get a massive run up. Just remember, last time we crossed down was basically 2 months ago. We crossed down on the 18th, and you can see we basically, on the MACD, we were basically fading ever since now. So if we do get a nice crossover, this could be a chance for you guys who want to get into those long positions to get into some small long positions over here, and then possibly hold it until we touch the SMA again. It's always a wave when it comes to a market. Basically, it push and it pulls back, it push and it pulls back. So always expect that with the overall market. So we basically were pulling back, and now it's time for a possible bounce. Let's see how today goes. Everything could be reversed, but let's see if we start to hold those key levels that we spoke about. Jumping over towards the 20-day on the SPY, key levels we want to watch. You can see we're actually up pre-market. We made a high of 373.55 over here. So that's a key level you want to watch today to see if we actually break it. You can see we actually start to fade off a little bit towards that 371 over here, but let's jump over towards the 20-day. So we need to break that 375 zone before we can start actually pushing up towards like 370, from 373 towards that 375, and we can start going to 380. Our side is a little bit more on the overbought side. 20-day does look like it wants to cross down. If we do start to pull back, you can see this candle, this 1 hour candle is already starting to turn red. So if we do start to pull back, that's the level you want to watch. You want to watch to see if we start to break that trade line over here around like 371. Once we start to break 371 flat, we can start basically pulling back towards 368, right? Which is perfectly natural. Pullbacks are always needed. So let's see what happens, right? So set your alerts. Let me just change the color of this over here. So set your alerts just in case we pull back, and set your alerts just in case we basically break out of that 374. But that's going to be it. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Leave a like below and have a great day. Use a stop loss. Bye.